Hello, sir. I
Hello.
heard a lot about you from Priyanshi ma'am, from Arun sir. Everybody talks a lot about you. Himanshu sir also has been Arjun tried to bring Arjun on the Alumni Series. Arjun will do it. Arjun will have an amazing session. So, welcome uh, officially to this Alumni Series.
Mhm.
We have been searching like मैंने पर्सनली लिंक्डइन पे आपको बहुत दफा देखा है और हमारे टाइम पे लाइक अब जो अपकमिंग बैच है उसके टाइम पे आप बहुत ही पॉपुलर बहुत ही फेमस हैं अपने काम के लिए अपने इंटर्नशिप्स के लिए एक्सेट्रा मुझे बहुत ज्यादा तो आपके बारे में नहीं पता तो आप अगर खुद से अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहें तो कर सकते हैं
Mhm. Okay, so thank you for the introduction. So I'm Arjun, as you all know. I'm currently working in Docusign, and before that, I was working at Instruments, which is a fintech company. And yeah, before that, I just passed out from Lucknow University in 22.
great I guess let's start it I mean only I guess only these many people are here with us. So it will be mostly a podcast type session. I'll ask you certain questions and you can answer them up to your own will. No official person is there in this meet. There are only students, so you can use whatever language you want. You can have a very clear interaction. Whoever wants to ask questions, they can shoot down in the comment section. They can personally you can answer their questions as well after the session. Okay. So let's just start. How was your life in LU? मतलब this is the most कहते नहीं है normal question to ask.
Okay, so LU, okay. Well, I'm not sure where to start, but जब मैंने ज्वाइन किया था आई थिंक 2018 में आई ज्वाइन एंड माय बैच वाज द सेकंड वन टू एवर एंटर द कॉलेज like मेरे से पहले बस there was one more batch which was there, so we had nothing at that point, like me, Pratik, and Vikas and Siddharth, we four people started coding club, and I think third year we went and we were like, there's no coding culture in our college, no one is coding, like only four or five of us were like coding, and we were active on the other platforms like CodeChef and all. So I think when we joined, a lot of things were there. And technical club था वो time पे, but I think a mechanical branch used to handle that club that time. So like, and they were not particular about the coding thing. So yeah, it's good. It was good, but like a lot of things were not there, which we needed to put in place. या फिर like मेरे बैच के बाद I think टेक फेस्ट हुआ था एक प्रिज्म करके I think 24 बैच ने करवाया वो तो like तो like these things were not in place which are there now, so
We are trying to slowly grow and emerge our route in the competitive world as well, in the technical world as well. So yeah, like what are the lessons, what are the valuable lessons that you gained during your time in the college? Like
okay, valuable lessons would be that look for off-campus opportunities. On-campus companies are not going to pay you well. I think that you should know, because like now that you know like पिछले साल के placements के stats, तो like you would know कि कौन से companies आ रहे हैं. So that is one thing. And second would be that when you go for off campus, you would realize how much bigger the competition is. So you're not competing just with your own college, you're competing with a lot of students who will pass out in the same year.
did you ever feel the pressure of that competition when you get to know that, oh my God?
Uh, Pressure is there, but the thing is, कि मतलब, what else you can do? Nothing, right? So you just head down yourself and keep on applying.
Great. Because right now I am presently in my third year and it's peer pressure, it's everything all at once on my head. So for you guys, establishing a coding culture in the in the university, because I don't think so there would be any, like, you guys have mainly started the coding club in for the entire university. Matlab, old campus maybe, new campus maybe, you guys were the only one starting and establishing it. So yeah, great. My next question would be, and this is a question that we have received from our, like, people that has been very excited for your session. Your LinkedIn profile shows a very great internship journey. Could you walk us through how you got those internships and how was the play there, like industrial level?
So I think my internships, like major internship was in StepSwatch, which was for 3 months. Oh, sorry, 6 months, and then there was an internship in briefly for I think a month or so. So StepSwatch internship I got through LinkedIn itself. So like it was more of a cold apply, like any job, like in the job tab of LinkedIn, I see any internship opening, I just apply, reach out to the people who have posted the job, and that's how I got the interview. And then after the interview, the internship was there. So I think like if you want to get internship, I would say like reach out to people who like reach out and don't just apply to the posting. Try reaching out to the people who have posted the job, or if it's a startup, you can just reach out to their founder as well on LinkedIn. Because if it's a small startup like 8 to 10 people, they would be very active on LinkedIn.
Great. Like my personal question is, like, you have been seeing industry trends from quite a long time. You got your job at around 2022. So 2023, 2024, and upcoming 2025. So is there a specific advice that you want to give to the people that are looking for these internships and looking for a job only to that specific lot, not like.
देखो, if you are looking for a job, I would say get used to rejection. है ना? Uh, there will be a time that you will receive way too much rejection. You will not receive any acceptance email from any internship or job you're applying for. So the best thing is you get used to it and keep on applying. Because like there are like currently I was shortlisting resumes and we get like thousands of resumes every day. So it's not possible to like go through everything, go through all the resumes and just give feedback to all of the candidates at once. So like getting used to rejection is something which you should get, which will be helpful.
Great. Great. Can you just like briefly, can you just introduce your role within the DocuSign? We'll have, like, what is your role and what you have been, like, because there has been that standard that SD will only develop codes and SD will only be looking at codes for 10,000s of hours and etc etc. So is this a true thing or is this a myth basically?
I'll tell you what my role is. In DocuSign, I work with the demand engineering team. Okay, so our work is basically if you open DocuSign.com, everything you see on the website, all of the pages which are linked there, all of the content you see is handled by my team. So it just does not involve coding. Yeah, there is a lot of coding, but apart from coding, there is design meetings which I have to be involved in. There are regular site-wide meetings where like the Asia Pacific heads will inform us about like what the customers are demanding. There are meetings about uh, what customers want to see on the website and how we need to update it. So apart from like the coding for us, there's like a lot of meetings and a lot of feedback meetings as well there.
Great. We'll take the questions that are in the chat box after when we have gotten through our sets of questions. Okay.
Sure.
So now, what is, like, for me, LU has been a great uh, entry point. But as you have said it, that it doesn't have a very great uh, technical culture and coding culture.
Mhm.
So how, like, there has been a point where you would like nahi yaar yahan kuch hai hi nahi, and then how come you get to the step where you were like nahi ab mujhe karna hai, like who inspired you with that, who, what was your कि भैया नहीं कॉलेज से कुछ नहीं मिलेगा खुद से करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, so actually मैं suggest करूँगा find peers who would want the same thing as you. तो I think second year के around में मैं competitive programming start किया था. And over time पे the only person who was like slightly interested in competitive programming was Pratik Mishra from my batch, है ना. And over time पे I was in electronics. I recently switched to computer science that time. And हाँ like तो उसके साथ बैठना तो like if you find people who have like the same interest, I think you will sail through.
Great. And what was like that, because we have heard 10,000 things about, you have to do DSA, you have to do DSA. There is not very much focus that competitive programming can be more useful. Like DSA is about theory, 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 what I feel like. Whereas competitive programming is the thing where you practice those theories as well as the uh, brain or the logical thinking that you have developed by doing practices. So like what has been your journey into the competitive coding world?
Okay, so I would say competitive programming is helpful if you like start it out from the first year and you do it together. I would not suggest someone to start competitive programming from third year or fourth year, not at all. Okay, you try to do development and you focus on DSA. So competitive programming is basically a sport. Okay, so you have like 2 hours and you have 6 questions. Like the faster you solve them, the more points you will get and more your ranking will go up. So that's it. If and to develop DSA skills, you really don't need to do competitive programming. You can develop your DSA skills by doing lead code or by just doing lead code, you can improve your DSA. You really don't have to do competitive programming to improve your problem solving. It's just
Great.
a added benefit that it will help you think faster and it will help you solve the problems faster.
Amazing. So like, is there any, like, how were you able to balance, because your session is of 2018, so in the mid of your whole college life where you, कहते नहीं 4 साल जिंदगी में एक ही बार आते हैं, उसके मिड में आपके पास कोविड था. You were stuck in your, houses everywhere. So how did you handle the academics, the social life, the extracurricular, and establishing coding community, coding club?
हम्म, देखो, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट हम लोग का our batch had it very easy. हम लोग का MCQ एग्जाम्स हुआ था, है ना. तो थर्ड ईयर में एंड एवरीवन गॉट लाइक above 9 CGPA in that. Okay, क्योंकि MCQ एग्जाम्स थे तो like you have to just pick one out of four, and it was very easy, no step markings also. So that was very easy. And yeah, उसके अलावा during the college time it was more like you can to manage like social life and the work, you need to pull away from one thing and push into another. अगर like exams pass आ रहे हैं तो maybe like slow down on the cultural activities that you're doing and maybe focus on the exams like एक दो दिन पहले or maybe a week पहले.
और इंजीनियर्स रात ही में पढ़ते हैं वैसे भी. Okay. So were you involved in any other club other than this coding community that you established?
I was part of this technical club, and then I was part of Inlet also for a while. I'm not sure if Inlet is still there.
It is.
Oh, okay. I was part of Inlet. Then we had like few fests and all. I was part of those. So yeah, I was part of a lot of clubs.
Great. So like, where I come from and where I believe, and most of our seniors also were like, no, you should network to a great lot of people in order to understand your mindset also, and in order to be like, okay, there are these specific people, as you said, that understand and select your peers very carefully, those who are interested in doing what you want to do. So what is the role of networking in your life has been, and over the past years, like from 2018 to till now, like what is the role of networking within the community of the tech world has been in your life?
नेटवर्किंग देखो हमेशा हेल्पफुल होगा. The more you network, the more are chances of you getting a referral in that company. Okay. So I also got an offer from Grow, which was purely through my, so like purely through my LinkedIn network. I had one person on my LinkedIn. I just texted them saying like I would need a referral for this role, and then the interview happened and the process ended up well. So yeah, network helps. I would suggest this to everyone. If you're applying for a job opening, uh, just send a connection request to those employees of the company and maybe just shoot them your resume.
Nice. Like with the role, since you have applied on off campus, I'm sorry, off
Mhm.
campus for DocuSign as well. Like you were first in instruments. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly.
Very.
I'm so sorry. So how did you got that role for instruments basically?
So instruments I got through this website called Angel List. If you've heard of it, angel.co
Yes, yes.
URL. So there you mainly see like openings for startups. So I applied through that, and I also dropped the email to Instruments career page. So I did like those two things. I dropped an email to Instruments career page and I applied there as well. So I'm not sure which they saw, but yeah, I got a interview link later.
Great. And like there was there like for right now, there has been like with most of the vacancies that I have applied, there has been a OA, that is the online assessment. Then there has been a technical interview, then an HR interview, behavioral HR interview. So is was there the same things in when you applied for instruments?
So in instruments, I did not had a OA. They give me an assignment to make. Like they gave me a UI with some API integrations. So I had to develop that, and later on I had two technical interviews. One with the front end engineer, one with the CTO, and then there was a cultural fit round.
Nice. Like with the instrument, and what is your been journey like since I have discovered you as a full stack developer? Like मैंने आपके आईडी में भी बहुत बारी I was very much interested in how did you know because half of the students are very confused in front end में जाएं back end में जाएं क्या करना है कैसे करना है, so if you can help guide those students with this full stack journey.
Okay. So what I would suggest is if you have time, try to explore everything. To be honest. Okay, I did some mobile development as well with Flutter. I did not like it, so I just dropped it. I did some machine learning as well. Same, I did not like it, so I dropped it as well. So I would say you pick things. Like if you have time, you pick things. Pick an land, like try it out. If you like it, make it your niche.
So for mostly the first years, we can explore various domains and we can pick and choose with that.
If you're in first or second year, you really don't have to decide on full stack, back end, front end, whatever you are doing. Yeah, you can just try it out.
Great. As a software engineer, sorry, I'm so sorry. The transition from college life to professional environment
Mhm.
would have been very challenging. There has been very much like because as per what I have been seeing your timeline, you are a 2022 graduate. So during that time also, the market has not very much aligned itself because of the prior COVID. So how did you manage to get onto like your proper potential in the company?
Okay, so you're asking about my transition from college to work life.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I think internships help here. If you have an internship in college, it will give you a taste of what corporate looks like. Okay. And internships also help you to find out your weak points. Because in internship, no one is cutting your throat for doing a mistake because they don't pay you that well. They just pay you like like they pay you 5 times lesser easily. Okay, so do some internships and you will get a taste of like how much workload there is. Okay, and then when you go for full time, there are challenges like you have to do time management. You need to have a work life balance as well, else you will be working like from morning to evening. You really don't want that. So if you have an internship, it will really help you in uh, having a structure to your 9 to 5 schedule, I would say.
Great. So, is there any like for my I have been a part of Prisma, the technical fest that you were talking about, and for me, I guess the most memorable 2 days of my and up till now has been that only. So,
Mhm.
is there any experience? Is there any memorable thing that happened in your college other
Hmm.
than the fights? I'm so sorry to include other than the fights from the between the two departments that we have other than them.
If I think about it, I don't think so. Something happened in college, but no, nothing happened in college memorable that time. Yeah, but we did go to Amity for some fest, like me with my friends. It was quite good.
So I really want this to take this chance to invite you for Prisma 2.0. Like it would be happening in around March, first week March, I guess. So
Mhm.
I mean, this can be the thing. I know you have passed out of college and everything, but it can be a thing that can be associated. So next time we call you, you have a answer. Ki nahi, I attended this.
Gotcha. I will do that.
Okay. So, what is your advice for the current students, for the current first and the second years specifically, to how they can enter into the workforce, how they can be industry, like a good person in the industry point of view?
Okay, I'll just answer the question first. For first and second years, I would say that maybe like figure out your niche, as I said previously. Like try out different things, try out MLAI as well. If you get the if you get your interest there, since MLAI is booming a lot right now. Like ML engineers are getting paid a lot as well. So I would not say this go after the pay, but I would just say pick out a niche, what you like, what you don't like, and based on that, you can like in the later years, like in say in your third year, you can pick an internship in that field. Let's just say in the first or second year, you figure out you like DevOps a lot. So in third year, you can go practice DevOps and find an internship through that.
Great. I just want to ask, with this rapid change in the industry overall, there has been many technologies that comes and goes. So how do you as a person stay updated with these technologies, with these tech stack and etc etc?
Okay, so we have something like in my previous company, we had something which we follow as learn on the go. So you don't have to learn every each and every framework which gets released. Okay, because JavaScript is infamous for that. Like there is a new framework every week. Okay, so you really don't have to learn each and every framework. You pick out what you want to learn and maybe master your core basics.
Nice.
Okay, like if you have a good mastery in JavaScript, you will have no problem learning other frameworks like React, Next, Vue. you'll have no issues learning them.
Great. So, are there, I mean, this is a very valid question. Are there any standable alumni above you? Because I guess that is like 2018 has been the very great batch that I can see that has
Uh,
done
I
great
know
work.
one alumni which I'm in touch with as well. I think Sudhanshu Prajapati. He works in infra cloud now. He is a great person to be with, and he's a great person to take advices from as well. I've been in touch with him ever since college. So,
Great. Like looking back, what can be that one thing that you wish that you had did differently in college?
I
चूज
would.
ना करके ये ऑप्शन नहीं है
Huh?
एलयू चूज ना करके एलयू चूज नहीं करना चाहिए था ये ऑप्शन
Right.
पे
I don't think I would do anything differently. I think the way I did things was the reason I'm here, and don't think I would do anything differently, to be honest.
great and like let's just so basically I do want to know what has been your DSA journey in overall, like how did you approach it, and because in the like in during 2018 2019 DSA hasn't been the topmost priority thing when it comes to any job role that you want to acquire or anything. So what was your DSA journey at that point of time?
Okay. So DSA, I think what you need to do is you follow one resource. If you go for learning DSA, there are, I think, thousands of resources out there, and you should not keep juggling between the resources, right? So it's better if you follow one resource and follow it through and through. Few I would recommend is, I think, Take You Forward is one good YouTube channel which you can follow. Raj Vikram Aditya runs it. Uh,
Striver, as
yes,
we call it.
yes, it's a very great YouTube channel. I think he has playlists for almost everything related to DSA, so you can follow it. Like they have a website as well. I think they have the website with the whole roadmap listed on like what to follow after it. So it has like a link list and everything.
Nice. And like what has been your like what was so what was the first thing that you learned in the full stack, or what was your journey with this full stack thing? Like I'm talking tech stack wise now.
Okay. Tech stack wise, what I learned first and okay. So I started with the C, which we get taught in college. I did a course as well, which is called CS50 by Harvard.
Harvard, yeah.
Yeah, so I did that course along with our course of C in first semester. After that, I learned Python, and I had a friend who was also learning with me. He was in electronics, and we purchased the same course of machine learning by Andrew NG on Coursera. So I learned Python and did some machine learning. I did not like it at all, so I just dropped it at midway. Later, I went into Flutter. Flutter came out at that time only. I tried making some Android apps through that. So Flutter uses Dart
Yes.
as a language. So I did that for some time, and yes, then trying out JavaScript. I really liked it. I really liked how I can tweak with the UI, and it gets reflected very easily. Uh, so it was something which pushed me towards JavaScript, and yes, then I learned backend through it. I developed some website, developed some apps which were there, and yes, I think then after like React, Vue, and all these frameworks comes.
So what like you said you developed some apps and everything. So what can be a major project in your mind that we can use as a MERN stack, like the stack that you're talking about with the JavaScript and all, that we call it as MERN or meme, mm, as per you learned React or Angular. So what are the main projects that come in your mind that students of right now can build up in order to achieve the some good internships like you did?
I would say build like end-to-end apps. If you build like only front end app or only back end app don't doesn't make sense, because no one is going to go with your, like, run your app and then hit the APIs. So I think build end-to-end app which solves a functionality. I think at that time I developed some web application for TNP. It's not live now. I pulled the plug later, but I think you can build something like that, or you can build something for the coding club, end-to-end website where people can register for Prism.
We have a Prism website.
Nice.
I made one, and it will soon be live for Prism 2.0 as well. Uh, okay, so end-to-end website, that means from the designing aspect to the everything, including the DevOps and everything. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Dikho, design you really don't have to do. Design you can always pick up from Dribble. You just if you just want to deliver, like, make something like a clone of Discord or a clone of food delivery app, you can go to, like, Google and search for redesigns, Swiggy redesign or Discord redesign. Right. So they will have like their own design on Dribble or Behance you can find, and you can follow that design. You really don't have to, like, design it from scratch, because it will just waste your time.
Yeah, we are not designers, we are builders. So like what? It's a very template type of question. What
Mhm.
does a day in the software engineer in Docusign seems like? A very, very template question, but yeah, if you can answer.
Okay. So typical day is, it starts from a meeting. So I will just talk about Monday. So we have a 15 to 20 minutes meeting where it is more about what we are doing for the today. So it's like India site meeting. So, like, I just inform my manager about what my priorities for today are, and then there is, like, morning. It's mostly a lot of code, and after lunch it is mostly code reviews or meetings with the design team. If I have some conflicts, or there are some code reviews meeting, or there are some meetings with my colleagues which I need to do, they are, like, all of them are after lunch. And then there is a meeting sometimes at 11 p.m. Uh, because of the US daylight saving. And that meeting is just to inform the US team about if there is anything blocking me. So I really don't have to attend that, but it's an optional meeting where I can attend if something is blocking me and I need some advice from them, or I need someone from the US team to unblock me.
Okay. So since you are mostly a remote worker, if I'm getting it correct, for the DocuSign team. So how is your social life? Like I'm so sorry to ask. Like since you're not in a in office, you're not attending it from the office point of view. So no Christmas party right now. You can meet your friends, but like how it's fascinated that there is a Christmas party, there is an year-end party. So how is your life, social life within the
Okay,
company?
so we have 2 days office and 3 days remote work. And social life is pretty good actually in DocuSign. I have events which are constantly happening. So I think a few weeks ago we had year-end party where I got to meet everyone from the team. Before that, we had a potluck event, and Secret Santa was also there. So a lot of events keep happening, and then I do meet my team on Mondays and Wednesdays. So those 2 days I go to office. So I do meet them on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Great. Let's just how about take questions from the
Sure.
should we really focus on becoming a front-end developer as an AI chatbot like ChatGPT are already so much advanced?
Okay. So see, ChatGPTs are smart, but they will not give you a functional UI, right? Matlab, with functional UI, I mean, like, they will not do complex UI like payments, Okay, so one of the things which I've been working with instruments was working on the payments infrastructure. Okay, so ChatGPT is quite advanced. It does make me nervous sometimes that it will eat my job, but for the time being, it's still under development, and we have time before it finally reaches for our job. So till then, I think if you upskill yourself and focus on becoming a good front-end developer who can like handle complex UIs really well and complex front-end tasks really well, I think you should be good to go.
Great. How many internships you have done? Most of the internships are for free or were they paid? And are they good to join? Like,
So I've done two internships. I think one was at StepsWatch and one was at Briefly for a month, and both of them were paid internships. I will not advise you to do free internships unless and until you absolutely need one and you're not finding any. Okay, because it does not make sense that you are doing 10 hours of work and getting nothing out of it. Learning Getting learning out of an internship is a very shitty statement. You need to get paid for the internship even if you're getting paid 5,000, 10,000. But try to get paid for your internship.
great. We have more questions. Just hold on. Uh,
How you used to find internships? Okay, so there is LinkedIn. You can find internships through LinkedIn. You can use angel.co. It's a very good platform for internship at startup, so that you can do. And there is a platform called FoET. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's CUVETTE, I think. So you can find internships through that. And
okay,
Naukri is also there, and InstaHire. There are a lot of websites.
great. So Arvind sir wants to ask you something. If he can open his mic.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I am a 2024 pass out. I recently passed out, and I am in a company as a backend developer there. I develop APIs there. So basically, I just wanted to ask you, like, I am a backend developer and I use Django a lot and Python a lot, and I am very fascinated by its like technologies.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to ask you what next. Like, I use like AWS. Then I use Linux a lot. So, like, what next in this backend development journey?
So what next comes in backend development is scalability. Like if you don't want to go towards a framework, you can go for scalability. Okay, and then you can transition into DevOps as well. So what in my previous company, what they were trying to do is they developed the whole backend and they went towards scalability. Like, will the backend work fine if we are hitting like 1 million requests per second? So those things. I think I would recommend this channel to you on YouTube, Hussein Nassar. He has a really good channel for backend if you want
Okay.
to explore that.
Yeah, sure. I would see that channel. Thanks.
Great,
Thanks for the answer, sir.
Ah,
great.
nice.
Next in line would be Alia Heather. If you can open up your mic and just ask the question.
Uh, Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, Hello, sir. My name is Alia Heather. I am from second year currently. As a front-end developer, I want to ask a technical question. As a senior, the problems I face mainly is to make a responsiveness or something website responsive. Hana. I
Mhm.
handle all the screen ratios and all very smoothly. Matlab, I'm good at all that. But
Mhm.
how to handle percentage issue? Like some device have 100% as a screen size and some has 150%, someone sets 125%. That creates a problem a lot when it comes to responsiveness. How do you handle that?
Okay, so okay, so what you do is you define a. I think it will bore some people, but anyways, so you define a container size. Okay, you really don't have to cater for like all of the screen sizes. There should be a maximum container size which you're catering for, and then you have breakpoints, right?
Yes, sir.
So like usually we have four breakpoints for extra small, small, medium, and large, and then you develop your website using those. Yeah, thanks, Arvind. So you do the media query and just design for those four breakpoints. Usually, what we do in front end development is we follow the mobile first approach. So we design the mobile screen first, and then using media queries, we scale towards the bigger screens.
Uh, Sir, the thing you are saying is I'm aware of and I practice those, but
Mhm.
sometimes it the percentage thing just creates a lot of hassle. लाइक अगर मैं मतलब मोबाइल में सही दिख रहा है हर चीज में सही दिख रहा है पर सेम चीज को अगर किसी छोटे से बहुत छोटे लैपटॉप पे खोले है ना और उसका 150% स्क्रीन वो हो मतलब जूम इन हो उस पे पूरी वेबसाइट खराब हो जाती है क्या करूँ उसके लिए थोड़ा दिक्कत आती है
देखो मीडिया क्वेरीज ही यूज करना पड़ेगा दैट्स द ओनली वे टू मेक इट रिस्पॉन्सिव ना
हम्म
है ना like I think you need to use media queries properly or give responsive sizing sizings are you giving in pixels.
I mainly give pixels to pictures only, and on all the things are in mostly percentage or RAM, other things.
हाँ तो use rem I don't think rem should create a issue there because rem is relative to your viewport, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you for the answer.
So, one of the people wants to ask, mistake done in your college life, like probable mistakes for juniors to improve it.
No, nothing. Just make those mistakes. It will be helpful for you. Like, I don't think I want to share those mistakes, but
I mean, we you can share it with us. It will be
no, like nothing major. But I think those mistakes will help you out in the long run. So,
great. Do you like your job? And is it too much work pressure there?
no, actually. So, coming from a startup, it's a very light work pressure environment. So, MNCs usually have like this light work pressure. Since previously I was working in a startup, there was a lot of work pressure. Sometimes I was pulling in Saturdays too. So yes, currently I do like my job and it's a very light pressure environment.
So, like, within the upcoming 5 years, where we can see you, just we want to ask that.
What?
Like in the upcoming 5 years, are you planning to shift your job or you have want to continue it in the DocuSign?
Well, it depends. Not sure.
It depends on the work pressure, or it depends
No,
on
it
your.
depends on if I would want to explore anything else, and DocuSign does not allow me to.
Okay, great. Yes, I guess that's all the questions. Like, I generally want to ask you, what is your advice, like, for all of us who are there in this session? We won't be posting this advice elsewhere. तो हमारा भी फायदा हुआ है जो लोग इस सेशन में हैं
Mhm.
कि मतलब just a common piece of advice in every aspect, in the technical aspect as well as in the workspace that you are coming from, as a alumni, as a person who has been working as a you know as a senior, basically हमारे senior की तरह आपका कोई advice रहेगी हमारे लिए?
देखो, the only thing I would say is कि if you don't think that like whenever you get a job and if you think like कि हाँ मुझे बहुत कम पैसे मिल रहे हैं, don't settle for it. Start looking for another job. Okay, don't settle down for the like just know that हाँ मेरे को इतना salary मिलना चाहिए. This much I should be drawing out. This much I'm worth at least, and just keep doing that.
Great. Which backend is faster? Arvind Srivastav again is raising the hand. Let's just Arvind sir, if you can.
Yeah. Just one more question.
Haha.
Uh, just like you said that if you're a backend developer, just for just only projects, I have three projects listed in my resume, and one of them is like an Ola Uber clone. Like I used Apache Kafka to like a real like demonstrate real-time tracking of the like Ola Uber driver. So
Mhm.
and the front end is really terrible. It's just a single div container and whatever the Kafka calls are made in that. So only that is there. And another project is just a vendor management API that basically it is also hosted on AWS. So is that okay, or should I make a simple UI or simple front end like you said? Nobody's gonna run your project on console and see that.
देखो what I'll say is कि जैसे मैं बस एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि तुम जो अपना रिज्यूमेस भेज रहे हो ना, it reaches a technical recruiter. It does not reach some engineer on the team. Like whenever you apply, it reaches a technical recruiter most of the times, and they really don't know what to do with your resume if they're looking into it. है ना? So if they like click some links and it will take them to GitHub, they will never know what to do with it most of the times. If you're like and the amount of resumes I'm getting, I will not go and run every project, right? So like create a small chota sa UI, है ना? It does not have to be very responsive. Just create a small UI which is interactive on the APIs, and you can show them like, okay, this is what I do on the back end.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Which backend is faster? I'm not able to get that question. No issues. Can you just give us a little roadmap where, like,
So get
how
a
can
good.
people start the full stack journey? I guess.
Okay, so for yeah, Arvind is giving out resources, but yeah, in a nutshell, it should be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Focus a lot on JavaScript because the less you focus on JavaScript and the faster you jump to framework, the more you will end up regretting it because there are a lot of things in JavaScript which people miss out, and then it creates problem. For JavaScript, there is this Saini YouTube playlist by him is there called Namaste JavaScript. Follow that playlist; it's really amazing. It will help you cross a lot of interviews as well. And then you can move on to if you want to go for backend using React, sorry, using JavaScript, go for Node.js, Express.js, and other frameworks.
Great. I guess people have got that. And specifically, Arvind has resource also. Yeah, I would love to say, like, that's the end, I guess. We
Mhm.
have covered most of the questions from all the people as well as our coding club team. Just want to ask you, like, was this session good, like, interesting to you? Like, just
Yes, I was. It was quite interesting to me. I never really do these things. So yeah, it was quite new experience for me as well.
great. I'm a civil engineer from third year. What is the roadmap for me if I start from zero?
From third year, I would say learn a language, uh, or maybe learn a language first, and then figure out if you want to go into like Python, or you want to go into backend using Python, or if you want to. I would suggest learn Python. It's the easiest if you're in third year, and do something from it.
Great. So let's just wrap up now.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for really, it has been an amazing session and learning from a very experienced set of alumni has always been good, has always been cherishable. So yeah, thank you for all. And one more thing I want to ask you,
Mhm.
since it is a CC norm that has been said by Priyanshi ma'am as well, uh, everybody will just open up their cameras, and they will just have this C not on your head specifically, towards the right or towards the left. If you can, please help up. And for the rest of the people, can you please just open up your cameras? The CC team within the audience, please, if you can take screenshots. And yeah, it has been a very great session. So, matlab,
Thank you.
uh,
Thank you for having me, to be honest.
me personally working with Priyanshi ma'am, working with Himanshu sir, we have received a hell lot of, like, appreciation ki nahi, Arjun will do it. Arjun is a great person. Arjun has been, very much into all of these things. So yeah, I guess they were pretty much very accurate and perfect on their standpoints. Yeah,
Uh,
thank
and
you. And if somebody can please,
we do this.
yeah, we can do this. Just not on your heads, please.
It looks like a app, half app.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's the main, main ritual of CC, basically. And then there is a, you know, uh, slogan, Jai CC, अब आजकल चल गया है.
Jesse.
Make, yeah, making you aware of the
Quite
things
a
that
lot.
we have added in the group. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for an amazing session. Thank you for being there to guide many of our seniors that have passed on, and just guiding us also. And hope so that we can meet you in Prisma.
Sure, I hope so.
Yeah, hope so. Might not be in 2.0, might be in 3.0, might be when the college call you as an official alumni for any very great offline session as a university. So, hoping for your success always,
Thank you
and
for that.
cherishing for it. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone, for joining the session. And thank you, sir. A lot to learn from you, a lot to, follow your path and just be there successfully. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys, for having me. Have a nice day.